that in a second. But as far as the Air Force goes, do you have an opinion on all of this equipment and everything we left behind? I hear like crazy stories about helicopters and tanks and Humvees and all kinds of shit that, just got abandoned over there.
Joe Biden.
Now it's in possession of the Taliban.
If they know how to use it.
Anyone could drive a car.
Not a helicopter.
Not a helicopter. That's true.
Not a tank, but...
I mean, with time. Who knows?
Yeah, they don't crash first.
Watch. I mean, come on. Motherfuckers are crafty. They'll convert that shit over to natural gas. And we'll be fucked.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're...
Unless we have to kill. We have to go back over there.
It will fall into disrepair. Everything that we left over there will fall into disrepair. Or it will be bought by some outside source.
So you're saying they have no structure. They can't form a structure in their society to take back their country.
No.
They're too sporadic.
The only real structure they have in their country is the Sharia law and their Muslim beliefs. That is the only real structure in that country that will fight for what it believes in.
Okay.
That I've seen.
So with the probably I would say multi-billions, if not trillions of dollars that we have in, pretty much invested into like their infrastructure and everything at this point in time, you're telling me that they are still the same goat herding country that they were before?
They might be slightly more advanced than they were before because I think...
They got cell phones now?
I mean, yeah, they probably got cell phones. Let's be honest.
You're welcome, Verizon.
I haven't been there since like 2002.
Probably T-Mobile.
So I don't know what the country advanced to, but I don't foresee it becoming anything more than the third world country
than
it has been
shithole.
when I was there. Right.
So it's just going to be destructive here.
I mean, this is a gigantic vacuum of power that we just left Afghanistan with, and I don't think the Taliban is all one piece either. They're not just one government. Well, they're going to be fighting each other. It's going to be a warring country for a very long time.
And that's the thing with the Taliban and this ISIS-K. They apparently have already been fighting each other like for the last 16 months while they haven't been fucking with us.
Right.
Because, we already said we were pulling out and everything.
So they have different ideologies.
Well, I mean, it's more of a fucking power struggle, really.
So warlords like in Africa.
Right.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
So, okay, and now the other thing I wanted to ask you was, apparently, finally, the president decided to get off his fucking goddamn vacation or whatever the fuck he's been on for the last fucking 2 weeks, and drop an airstrike on what they call the planner and facilitator of these attacks from the airport. So apparently, if you haven't heard the news yet, they killed 2 supposed ISIS-K members. One was the planner and one was the facilitator, which I don't understand how you kill the facilitator if it was a suicide bombing. What's your opinion on that, and do you think that this is accurate enough news or even facts that we are getting as the American people in this day and age?
Sounds like the scapegoat to me. Sounds like, I don't know these people. I mean, how are you going to fucking stop 3 people on a suicide bomb? I mean, it could just be 3 fucking guys. I mean,
and that's my whole problem with the word
bombing.
Facilitator. I mean, the facilitator is the guy wearing the fucking suicide vest, right?
The Oklahoma City bombing was done by 2 people. I mean, that's not something that you can stop. I mean,
one was the planner, and the second one was the facilitator, because only one man was in that truck.
Right. The Biden administration is a fucking joke. It is bumbled its way from the start of the administration. They could not have possibly done more damage to the country than they did in the very first month of taking over. I mean, it's like everybody got TDS. Everybody got Trump derangement syndrome, where everything he did was...
Is that an accurate,
yes.
an actual term?
Yes.
People are using
yes.
Trump derangement?
Trump derangement syndrome. Orange man bad.
Orange
So,
man.
so everybody, like, Trump put these processes into place, and they were like, oh, everything he did was bad, just because he said mean words online that hurt their feelings.
Me not like Orange Man.
Yeah.
Don't be fake nice.
Yeah. Rule 1, don't be fake nice.
And I mean, that's just the way I feel about the Biden administration. They had their plan. They wanted Hillary. They wanted Hillary in so they could continue their plan. Trump got in, fucked their plans up, and then and I knew as soon as Trump was gone, I personally wanted to apologize to the Middle East, because that's what these people are about. They're about war, they're about power, they're about taking things that don't belong to them from people that can't fight back.
Now, you're talking about, like, not all, obviously, the Democratic Party, but most of it. Is that the group you're trying to centralize there?
I see literally maybe one or two people on the Democratic Party that is worth more than a fucking turd in a fucking toilet bowl.
Tell us how you really
feel. But let's be honest. I'm gonna go back the other way. I know five Republicans that I think is worth more than a turd in a toilet bowl.
And, I kind of agree with you on that statement, because it's just, getting to the point where, like, who can you really believe at this point in time? I feel like we are lied to and misled constantly.
Yeah, we need someone kind of in the middle. Not too far left, too far right. Not anyone in the extremes, but someone who's grounded.
We need the country to wise up to the fucking bullshit that we're being fed every single fucking day, and realize
the media.
And look at the past. Look at the past and the people that you're voting in. Joe Biden's first presidential term, well, not his term, his first run at presidency
was like in 1980, right?
I don't know what it was.
I think it was like 1980.
He was knocked out of the race because, number one, he made a speech that was completely copied off of somebody else's speech, and he was caught in the process. Number two...
And did he exaggerate the claims that his wife and daughter died in like some car wreck or drunk driver incident or something?
I mean, I would believe it, but I didn't hear about that. Number two, he lied about his education. He said he was at the top of his class when he was at almost the bottom of his class, and I'm pretty sure that he used these lies to become a senator before he tried to run for president the first time.
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
Pretty sure
Joe Biden is a fraud.
It was back in the 80s, wasn't it? Something along those lines.
The only thing he ever did in politics, the only thing he ever wrote was a crime bill that made it worse for minorities. And the two facts, when I was bringing up the difference between Trump and Biden, these are the two things that I would say. I would say Biden gave the speech at a funeral for a KKK member, and Trump was the first person that owned a golf course that allowed black people to participate in the golf course, in the golf club. Those are the two base things that, just look at those two base things, and it's just mind blowing to me how nobody hears about this stuff.
Well, the mind blowing thing is, first of all, that's controlled by the media in general, and number two is the fact that people aren't informed. You need to do your research. It all goes back to do your own research. Don't just look at one story. Look at all the general broad span of
Not even do your research. Think for yourself.
That too. Yeah, I mean, at some point in time, you gotta be like, oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
Go with your intuition. Fucking.
Okay, just to clarify, too, also on top of it, on December 18th, 1972, Joe Biden's daughter and 1-year-old daughter, very sad, and wife were killed in an automobile accident. However, I don't have the rest of it, but there were claims that he exaggerated it somewhere. Any comments on that?
He exaggerated that shit.
Well, I think.
I don't think I know enough about it to be able to comment on it. I mean, it could be just a sad moment in his life.
That's
Who
how
knows?
I feel too.
Yeah, who knows? But if he's talking about if they died in a car accident, he's lying about that. I mean, I'm not going to put it past him. I mean, he's been a liar his entire life.
We just got to be very wary. Like you said, it could be someone else's point of view here on
Right.
what actually
Right,
happened.
that's true.
Well, I mean, I've heard this from multiple sources, multiple times.
We'll worry about that for a later date.
Yeah. Well, okay.
If we want to have a segment on Joe Biden himself.
Yeah.
Jeez, a segment, man, that might be 3 weeks worth of episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much.
Biden month.
He's just a fool.
The thumbnail for that one will definitely be that piece of it.
With 2 eyeballs.
2 eyeballs.